Hey YouTubies, YouTubers. Well, I have a little bit to say about the feminine and masculine. Kind of this struck me like, Aquarian, Brahma-ish, Uranus, lightning strike, so I had to write it down immediately to remember to do a video about it, because this is my experience of the masculine, sadly. And I know the masculine internally and the feminine internally. I know the highest of them both. How they show. I have deep dived into Tantra, so I have. I know the divine union internally, the forces internally. I know. I use the camera as a mirror. But anyway, so here's what struck me. Something struck me about how this society works, and what I think about it. How I have felt as a mother, sacrificing my children, leaving them to daycare because I have to go to work, abandoning them, leaving them there with strangers, traumatizing them, giving them abandonment anxiety, leaving them with strangers when they are very, very small. I have, because I got pregnant while I was a codependent narcissist, so I didn't understand how much of an idiot I was and how much of an idiot my man was. Because no psychologist we went to they just excused him and thought I was just had to be like understanding that towards him that he and declare him incapable to like manage anything, and just felt sorry for him. He just complained, and I was never validated by any psychologist we went to for family therapy. They just invalidated me when I thought they should have seen that he was traumatizing me, and because that's what he was doing. But that was a woman. She thought that I should just feel sorry for him and accept that he wasn't allowing me to go outside to the store. Just calling me while I'm in the middle of shopping, screaming that he couldn't take care of the kids, that I had to just drop everything and go home. And that was like my life, so I couldn't go out without that stress, knowing he would call in any minute just to have me drop everything and go home, and knowing that he was not going to go to the store and pick up the food that we needed. And that we would just be in argument over his behavior for a long time when I got home, and then the food wouldn't. That I would just. I would have to go out again to get the food. I was living in a hell with him. But anyway, so I don't know why, but my experience with the masculine is just, I haven't met a single divine masculine, a real man who incarnates real true masculinity. All men, all I see are hyper masculinated men, bitter, forcing us women to be masculine because they are so bitter but still proud of themselves with their false confidence. So they think we should be like them and go out and sacrifice ourselves and sacrifice our children and leave them just at daycare because we should work 50-50 so he doesn't have to provide for the whole family. I mean, so no one really cares for the life that we have created, that we are responsible for. Me as a woman is not, I have to sacrifice my feminine and my motherhood. And that is painful. It pains a woman to have to abandon the children to go to make money. Just because the masculine can't take his responsibility and provide for her, his woman, and his children. You know, take his full masculine responsibility and let the children be with their mother in safety without having to go to kindergarten, you know, getting all these diseases there, getting vaccinated to try to ease disease, pumped with fucking chemicals without, before they're so young that they don't even have their immune system isn't functioning. And maybe they haven't gotten antibodies from their mother because their mother maybe couldn't breastfeed them for 6 months. It takes 6 months for the breast milk for the baby to start getting antibodies from the mother, the milk. So I or something like that. She has to breastfeed for a long time for the baby's immune system to start functioning properly. But and they just vaccine babies. I mean, before, I mean, no concern for this at all. They just use these children as sacrifices. I think our governments think we should just abandon our children to strangers, we mothers, so we can go to work, be slaves for the system, instead of caring for life. Truly care for the life we have created, and let the children be children and safe with their mother until they are ready to be left in such a harsh environment with so many other strangers, children, just fighting and screaming, and I mean, it's just traumatizing the children. And all the diseases that are created at these care centers. I mean, the first, the winters here in Sweden, when we leave our babies, I mean, to the amount that they are sick more than they are healthy, because it's such a disease-spreading environment. Having so many babies at such a tiny space, I mean, it's abuse. It's child abuse. It violates children's rights. But the Swedish government doesn't think so. No government thinks so. You have to be a really humane, really careful life to understand these things. But anyway, so, and this is the thing. The masculine forces us to sacrifice our nature to go to work, because they couldn't fix of. For 12,000 years, it's been a patriarchal rule. The masculine has ruled the 24,000 year cycle. So they have for 12,000 years, it's been a overarching patriarchal rule, and they didn't manage to build a system to where they could work and be proud and provide for their women and children. They just created a system where they just got embittered and hypermasculine, and used us women as slaves at home instead, just using us for sex, and being bitter for having to work so much. I mean, so, but something about the feminine, how the feminine works. The feminine is gifting, rewarding, abundantly, unconditionally loving, unconditionally giving and loving. The masculine is sacrifice. He sacrifices himself to serve, save, and protect his beloved ones, his feminines and his offspring, his pride or his pack. And I mean, that's he like the soldiers do, the warrior. He sacrifices himself. He dies to serve his family, his countrymen. I mean, the masculine must be totally deficient of the warrior archetype, being so hyper masculine and just in victim mentality, seeing himself as a slave, and thinking that the woman should sacrifice herself in any way, or that the children should be sacrificed in any way. That's his duty, to sacrifice himself for his woman and his children. Like if another man comes to try to rape or hurt his woman or his children, it's his duty to sacrifice his life to save them. I have seen no man get this. My father gets it a little bit. I mean, I felt safe with him. I felt he was ready to die to protect me and my mother and us from any other masculine predator, if that was necessary, when I was a child. But like with my man, who I have children with, I felt like I was going to be the one to die to protect him and my children, because he's so weak. He's such a weak masculine that I have no faith in him to take his responsibility as a masculine and serve and protect. Like, I mean, he doesn't master the king archetype. He's like in. He's like he's not a man. There's no masculinity inside him. He's just a stressed. It's just a stressed system going on repetition compulsion. I mean, I pray for the masculine to populate Earth, for men to discover their nature and be proud of their nature, and research deep into Tantra and get to know their true nature. And I have references, links to David Deida, for example, who has made so many books, dive deep into and discovered the forces within himself, and knows the masculine and feminine purpose truly from within. He has made so many great books, and they're on Audible, and he has a YouTube channel. I mean, it's so easy for you to take your masculine responsibility today, all you masculines. I mean, this is the feminine should never have to sacrifice anything. She's gifting, she's rewarding, she's abundantly loving and caring, nurturing. That's her nature. The masculine that's his nature, to sacrifice himself for his pack, for all of humanity. All of humanity should see all of humanity as his being unity consciousness. See all of humanity as his his pack, his pride, you know, lion pride. We white folks, we are lions. So we are ruled by the sun who rules lions. So we should see all of humanity as our pride, our pack. Well, we are here to serve and protect. You know, go to all, not just to some. You know, if you research, look at the lion. He serves all in his pack. He protects all in his pack with all of him, with all of his life. He serves and protects them. Not just some in his pack. You know, we are one. Humanity. Humanity is one being. Humanoid. The humanoid. I mean, and all I see is I mean, the masculine is his. I mean, he's just in inertia, hypermasculine, and doesn't want to take his responsibility as a man at all, and is not proud of his masculinity. It's like he doesn't want to be a man at all. He thinks that the feminine should be him, kind of. And so we feminines, we end up sacrificing our whole nature, just being forced to be masculine, go out and work. That's a man's job, to work. He should work, provide for us, be proud of it, you know. That's part of his love, how he expresses his love. You shouldn't be bitter. You should create a system where everyone just gets money, has money. I mean, we can create a system here on Earth where no one has to work. Like, I have this great idea about a computer system, just when all paper monies are gone, and it's just numbers on a screen. That we can just make a computer system that just pumps out a great deal amount of money to every living human being on Earth. We have a personal security number, you know, so we are registered. So the system could just pump out every month a digital amount of currency, so everyone can have the same amount of money. And we can have the stores just being like buffets, you know, where we can just go and get everything we need. I mean, pay like those restaurants where you pay like for a buffet, and you get to eat how much you want. All stores on Earth could be like that, and the system could, with a digital currency, could regulate itself. So there will be no inflation or deflation or blah, 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 blah. And we would just work out of goodwill, like out of goodwill, that to serve, that knowing that we need to someone needs to stand in the store and, you know, take charge, or maybe we'll have robots there doing it, you know. I mean, if we just get like Elon Musk innovators on the economical system, we can create something like this. So all humans get to live in abundance, and that's as the white human race, that's our responsibility, because we were appointed, because being the king, the kings, the white race is the race of the king, the sun. So we were appointed to make sure that to see all of humanity as our pride, and make sure that all of humanity has riches and abundant, can live in a rich, abundant life, and no one ever has to suffer or struggle or live in scarcity. If every human had this mindset, it would come true. So yeah, and I mean, women should be able to be at home with their children, and the children should get to be home with their mother until they are like at least 9 or something, and just be free. Not just they can just learn everything they want to learn through YouTube and Google and everything. They don't need the fucking schools. They can just shut down the fucking schools. They just shove shit into our brains, into our system. I mean, how much do we remember from school? Nothing. I remember I when I wanted to go to learn how to be a nurse. I remember some from that because I chose it myself. I wanted to do it. I wanted to learn it. But if you just force children to learn a bunch of stuff they don't want to learn, they just plug it in just because they are forced to do it, and then they forget it because there's no space. The human only have the soul. We only have space to learn what we truly want to learn here. So all shit, the bullshit they shove down in our mental space, it just gets forgotten anyway. And it's abuse what they do, forcing people to learn shit that they are not interested in. And what the fuck, if I don't want to be a historian, what the fuck should I have to study history for? And if I don't want to be astronomer, what the fuck should I have to study math for? Or who says you need to study math at all to be an astronomer? With all the computers and the calculators now that just calculates everything. I mean, has anybody thought of how abusive the school system is? Shoving so much fucking just deciding what other people should learn and not learn. I mean, we are sovereign beings. We should be able to decide for ourselves what we want to learn or not learn. I'm just so against all this slavery and this bullshit. I wasn't interested in math when I was a child, and I was just abused at home. I mean, I had no one to teach me math. My parents were drunk at home. You know, just it was shit torment to do homework with them at home, and I wasn't interested in math anyway. And they made me really not interested in math, that torment. And the fucking teachers in school who just forced everyone to just learn math when I didn't like math. I didn't want to learn math, and I saw that we had calculators, that I could calculate everything on a fucking calculator. So why the fuck was I supposed to have to sit there and learn math for? You know, I just felt abuse. It's just sheer abuse. Children should get to learn what they want to learn, and they do that via the fucking technology. Fucking close down the schools and pay mothers to be able to be home with their children instead. Get like a wife allowance. So fuck paying the teachers and that shitty system, and let the men work and pay the money for being home with the offspring and not having to abandon them to strangers. I mean, it makes me so fucking pissed, this system. And I mean, if you're gonna have schools, have them practically. I mean, more directed towards the professions. like really be like not just theory or theory, just a bunch of bullshit. We are here to work. A profession isn't so. I mean, we humans have always learned through each other. Through, I mean, you can put me in a workplace, and I'll learn how they operate just by seeing how other people work. You know, it's not like I have to go to school to be able to learn a profession. Like I really hope it becomes a big revolution within the school system. And like children shouldn't have to be forced to go to school for such long days. Like it's almost full-time work. Like from and if both parents work, they are working full-time jobs, being forced to be at school instead of being allowed to be children at home. So I mean, it's kind of like child slavery, really nasty what the government do here in Sweden to the children. And we are supposed to be a kind country. And I mean, in the United States, I mean, I don't even want to think about it. How much they have to abandon their children there, the poor people who don't have money, while the rich ones, they on top there, just sit on so much fucking money. It's disgusting. And mothers and the poor ones who don't have anything, they have to leave their children unsupervised for so long, so they might find guns and they kill each other in the home, or I mean, or be kidnapped and trafficked, and I mean, don't get me going about the United States. We're such a rich fucking country, and they allow people to be so poor there. How the fuck do the rich people in the United States live with themselves? How do they live with themselves? You know, on top there, being like a real rich one, looking at while there are homeless people, maybe right outside their window. How do they live with themselves? I don't understand it, really. But this is the age of the humanitarian, which I embody much of because I'm Saturnian. So I hope that there will be a revolution against this, and that there will be equality and money, abundance to all, you know, riches to all, not just some. Did I get everything? I wrote so many notes here what I had planned to say, but I just spoke. I just freestyled instead. Yeah, and it's been, this is 30 minutes long now, so I'm gonna leave it here. But yeah, I got to express a little bit about my opinion about this stuff. And but the important thing here is the point with this freestyling is the difference between the feminine and the masculine. That the feminine is gifting, rewarding, abundantly, unconditionally giving and loving. That's the feminine's nature. And the masculine, he sacrifices himself to serve and protect his pride, his family, his people, his offspring, his woman, his feminines and his offspring. And yeah, because I see this so much in the black magic community also, how demons demand sacrifices from the feminine, while they should take from the feminine loving gifts, abundantly loving gifts that are naturally evoked in the feminine when the masculine is in his pole and does something for the feminine. She abundantly just wants straight away to give and love him, and you know, if you are in your feminine, you have mastered your feminine and you live from your feminine, you know this, that when the masculine is truly in the masculine and he serves, he is in his true pole and he serves you, you just shower him with abundantly with love and unconditionally love and giving and gifting and so on and so forth. But I see in the black magic community how feminines are forced to sacrifice, and like a demon like Belial, he's much for sacrifices, and he thinks that feminists should sacrifice. He does not accept loving gifts. He does not do love at all. He hasn't understood the feminine. I mean, he's been with me now for 4 years, through all my journey, through my dismantling of my ego, incarnating into love, which is the goal with Tantra. And so he knows truly the feminine now. So he should not ever demand sacrifices from the feminine. He should demand offerings, loving gifts, and he should serve the feminine from the masculine. But yeah. And the masculine shall always listen to the feminine. He should be sovereign in his decisions, but he should always take her advice and know when she is trustworthy, and so on and so forth. He should know the forces from within always, and know what woman to listen to and what woman not to listen to, and what woman to serve and what woman not to choose and serve. Who we should resist and who we should serve. But anyway, I hope the point got through. I've spoken so much now. But yeah. Greatness, love, abundance, and riches to all of humanity, all of my pride. I'm much of a lion. I have Venus and Mars in Leo, right on the heart of the lion, Regulus, the Bohemian magical star. So I have the heart of a lion, like, you know. And the sun is in my sun is in Libra, so they are in mutual aspect in my tropical chart. So yeah, in my Vedic chart, Mars and Venus is conjunct on Regulus, the heart of the lion, and Mars is brave. Oh Jesus. And he's a friend of the king. But in my tropical chart, the sun is in Virgo. And in my tropical chart, I am very mercurial because Venus, I'm a Libra ascendant, but I'm a Libra ascendant, but the Lord of Libra, Venus, is in the sign of the king. But the king is in the sign of Mercury, which is home. So the king is under Mercury's lord. He's lorded by Mercury. So in my tropical chart, I'm very much Virgo and Mercurial, you know. So and the higher, that's interesting, very interesting, very good for you to know. Virgo in the esoteric soul-centered astrology, what's it called when a woman is pregnant? It fosters the Christ consciousness, births the Christ consciousness. So, and that I've done. I've told you I got christened through real life crisis and pain. So became spiritual that way. And got christened. Suddenly I felt the Christ consciousness. You know, the Christ love in your heart, where you start feeling that when life gets so rough that you just explode into the spiritual. But I have talked so much about that. But yeah. I said more than I am now. It's 36 minutes something. But yeah. So bye. Just lots of love and bye.